Everyone, Zach here for Windows Central, and welcome back to another video. Now today we're taking a look at Windows 10 X. This is Microsoft's new version of Windows 10 designed primarily for dual screen and foldable PCs that's built on a new modern core that strips out legacy components in favor of a lightweight and streamlined user experience. This is a pretty big deal. It's essentially the future of Windows, and pretty much every legacy component that was once part of Windows 10 has been removed and containerized, and that means the entire user experience, including the Windows shell, has been updated with modern code. So you shouldn't be running into any legacy UIs anymore. Everything on this version of Windows is entirely modern, which is great for those who are interested in consistent user interfaces and all of that good stuff. Now, that doesn't mean Win32 programs don't work, because they do. We'll get to that in a little while though. For now, let's sort of take a look at the Windows shell and the overall user experience, because that's where the exciting stuff really is right now on Windows 10X. So right now we're using Windows 10X on a dual screen device. This is an emulator which emulates dual screens, and Windows can see that and has decided to split the UI into two here. So along the bottom we have this sort of white bar. This is our taskbar, but when we're using it in tablet mode, I guess, the taskbar minimizes because you don't really need to see it all the time. You can swipe up on it, so if I swipe up on it here, that will show us the start button as well as our pinned apps and our task view button. If I tap on the start button here, that will open up the new start menu. So yes, Windows 10X features a brand new start menu. In fact, everything on Windows 10X regarding the shell is pretty much brand new. So we can see here our start menu is the combination of three different things that were already available on Windows 10. The search UI, the apps list, and our timeline activity. On Windows 10, those are three different UIs for some reason, but on Windows 10X, they've all been placed into the same start menu UI here. So at the top, we have our search bar. If I tap on that, I can start searching. So if I want to launch, say, calculator, I can just type calculator here, and that will show up there. Below that is our apps list, and that also includes web apps. So if you pin apps through Microsoft Edge, they will show up in this apps list as well. We can tap on show all here to show us all of our installed apps, which is pretty nice. And again, below that, we have our timeline activity. So this will update with recent documents and websites that you've visited and allow you quick access to those things without having to dive through the file explorer or go into the corresponding app specifically. So that's a quick look at the start menu. There is a microphone up here, but it doesn't seem to do anything right now. You'll likely be able to search for voice in a future build. So the start menu is a super simple launcher pretty much, and that's by design. Live tiles are gone here, and I think that's a good thing for Windows 10X. I much prefer this clean UI, especially with the colorful icons, which most of the apps will be getting on Windows 10X. In addition to the start menu, Microsoft has also updated the Action Center as well. So if we come over to the right screen here and swipe up on it, then tap on the system tray, that will launch the new Action Center. Now on Windows 10X, the Action Center has been visually separated. We have our quick actions, now called quick settings, below, as well as our notifications in a separate box. If we dive into the quick settings first, if we maximize this here, you'll see that this entire UI has been redesigned on Windows 10X, and it's much more useful as well now. For example, some of these settings here can be dealt with within the quick settings panel. No longer will I be taken to the settings app to customize specific Bluetooth settings or input